Welcome to Seriously Podcast, the show where we recap the top digital series. Each week we dissect a new episode of a show.
We're talking dissect. We go in and peep everything.
Right? Like we share our questions, comments, and concerns. But mostly concerns because these characters stay bugging.
Girl, like what is their life about?
I have no idea. These shows got me stressed.
This week we are talking about Bigger on BT Plus. And our guest today is Tristen J. Winger. You may know him as baby voice Darius on Aqua Black Girl or Thug Yoda on Insecure. But today, he's here to talk about his character Vince on Bigger.
So welcome Tristen J. Winger to Seriously Podcast. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course, especially during this quarantine. We wish we could do this in person, but technology, thank God.
The Rona.
Yes, Rona. How have you been doing during this quarantine?
I'm not gonna lie. I've been mostly okay. Just because I'm realizing I'm a little bit of a homebody. Like just this past week, I purchased like a bunch of plants for my porch. I was like, you know what? I never use this porch. I want to sit out here and enjoy the sun that we got here in LA. So I bought a bunch of plants for my porch. So now I'm a plant dad. So I'm plant daddy.
Yes, I'm seeing a lot of people planting now. Everybody got a green thumb in this quarantine, so that's cool.
Yeah, man. They just need some water and some love and some sun.
Rashida Crockett, she wanted us to ask you what you're eating during quarantine. So you're cooking too?
So I've been cooking a little bit, yes. So people who know me know that I don't like cooking. It's not fun to me. But then I signed up for one of these services that send you all the ingredients, and then they send you the the recipe for meals every week. And so I started doing that, and it made cooking a lot more tolerable.
Yeah.
I do want to say I've learned how to chop vegetables and season everything. That's the key. See, that's the key. Like, because I'm a little bit wary of people's recipes when they don't want you to season anything. But every step, it's like, okay, now season the greens. Okay, now season the onions. Okay, now season the meat, both sides. So it's like, this is excellent. I love it.
It's all about the season.
None of my food's about to be bland.
Okay, so we always like to ask our guests, what was the very first web series you ever got hooked on or watched?
The very first web series I ever got hooked on or watched was by Issa Rae. It was Dorm Diaries. That's it, because it was alliteration. It was Dorm Diaries. That was her first web series that she started when she was in college, and yeah, it was very interesting. It's with a bunch of her friends who are my friends now too. In college, kind of confessional style, kind of like The Office meets being black at a prominently white university. So that was the first one. And then right after that was Awkward Black Girl, and then she asked me to join. So that was dope.
Yes. Speaking of Awkward Black Girl, although Insecure was like your TV debut, we actually remember you as being baby voice Darius with his whispering ass. Awkward Black Girl.
Yeah, man.
Like the show that we met on, like we met each other watching that show.
Wow, that's
This
tight.
is like a full circle moment. Like this.
Yeah, it is. I'm happy to be here to close that circle.
Yes.
So we're virtually giving you flowers for being a part of that legendary web series. All right.
Thank you. I will plant these.
Yeah, plant them. Plant them, please.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna give them food and everything.
Yes. So what was your experience like on Awkward Black Girl?
I mean, it was hella fun. Issa and I went to high school together, and we acted together in a play in high school. So we've been friends since then. And it was a lot of fun. Like originally, I saw like the first 2 episodes of Awkward Black Girl, and I hit her up on Facebook. I was like, "Hey, let me know if you need help with your web series. I want to get back into acting." She was like, "Hell yeah, of course. Send me the script for episode 4." And she was like, "I want you to read Darius, baby voice Darius." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. He ain't got that many lines, but that's fine, cool." And then I read it, and it said that in the action lines, it said that he was quiet voiced, and then in her lines, in her voiceover, she said, Am I gonna have to ask this baby voice nigga to repeat himself?" And so it just gave me the idea of what he should sound like and he was only supposed to be on one episode, the icebreaker, but she just kept bringing me back, so I'm super grateful. Awkward Black Girl was a lot of fun. Like, we were doing that mess for free at first, and I wasn't looking to get paid. I just wanted to have some fun and
Mhm.
work on my acting. And it changed the face of web series and you know television entertainment as we know it today. It's incredible to be a
Mhm.
part of that journey for sure.
Absolutely.
Did you think it would be like an iconic web series like when you was doing it? Did you like, oh, this about to be big?
Shooting that first episode, it did feel like that.
Mhm.
We there were let's see, there were two cameras recording us at the time. I was like, okay, well, there's more than one camera. This is amazing.
Yeah.
And also, like, it was just hilarious. Like, the script was funny, and the first two episodes that I had seen up until getting the script for episode 4 were hilarious. So I was just like, this is great. I don't know what's going to happen because I don't know what the potential is, because this is the first web series that's really like done what it's doing. Like, so I had
Mhm.
no idea it would become what it became.
Yeah, it was even on like Pharrell's channel. Like everyone was talking
Yes.
about this web series. It was
Yes,
hugely
yeah, which was huge because
yeah.
I'm a huge Pharrell Williams and Neptunes and NERD fan. And so when we were having like a dinner at one of our friends' places, and she made the announcement that season 2 was going to be produced by Pharrell for his I Am Other YouTube channel. I
Mhm.
lost it. I was crying. I was acting like I won a lottery and stuff. I was like, man, this is gonna be so great. Pharrell's gonna be producing it. And then I got to meet Pharrell
Yeah.
when Issa was shooting the season 2 promo. I
Mhm.
went I went up there. I begged Issa to let me visit, and she did. And I got to meet Pharrell, and then we shared a moment where he was like, "Let's record a video," and I was like, "This is incredible."
That's
I didn't
crazy.
have to ask for a picture. He wanted to take a video with me, and he was like, "Yo, man, Baby Boy Stare is my favorite character," and I was screaming inside,
Oh my
screaming.
gosh,
So
that's amazing.
incredible,
Yeah.
Yeah.
incredible.
So you have Baby Voice Darius, and then you have
Hmm.
Thug Yoda, and now we have
Yeah.
Vince. Which
Hmm.
character is like the most fun to play? Because they all have their own quirks.
They do, but Vince is the most fun, and it's because when Vince is around his friends, he gets to be like this odd person that's like, why is this nigga wearing this
Yes.
outfit? Why does his goatee look like this? Why why is he stuck on vinyl? And it's
Our
just like there's
questions
all
every
these
week.
odd things. Man, I've heard. Like, it's like Vince does all of these strange things, and like those are the most interesting people to me because they march to the beat of their own drum. And that's
Mhm.
Vince. He marches to the beat of his own beat machine,
Mhm.
That's
and
right.
vinyl. So he's a lot of fun. But I have fun doing all the characters. They're all hella fun.
Yeah. What was the audition process like for the Vince character?
So for Vince, interestingly enough, I didn't audition for Vince at first. So the audition came in, my manager sent me the script, and I read the script. I was like, this is fun as hell. And so I went in to the BET office and met with Robbie Reed, who I have a relationship with because she previously cast me in 50 Central on BET. And
Yes, yes.
I originally read for Greg. And so I read for Greg,
Mm.
and then that audition was a lot of fun, got some laughs, left, and then I was downstairs eating lunch with a friend, and then I got an email from the casting office saying like, "Hey, can you come back and read for another role for Vince?" And I was in the middle of lunch, and I was like, "Dang, man, I just ordered." My friend was like, "Yeah, you should go up." And then I got an email saying, "Or you can come any other time. You can come later. It's fine." And then like I responded, I was like, "Yeah, I could come up." And then I got that email, and I was like, "Oh, well, if I can come any other time, I'm gonna come later." And they was like, "Okay, cool. We'll see you soon." I was like, "Well, actually, can I come on Monday?" And they was like, "Actually, why don't you just?" And so we just kept going back and forth
Oh
with
my
the emails.
god.
Went back on Monday. I read for, let's see, this was a callback. So I read for Vince, left, came back, I think maybe a week later, and they had me do both auditions at a producer session. So in that producer session was um, Felicia Mary and Devon Shepard. And so
Mhm.
those are the creator and the executive producer, showrunner of the show. And um, and so I read both characters for them. They didn't realize because first I did Vince, and then I left and I changed clothes in the bathroom at Viacom office, and then I came back as Greg, and they were like, "Oh, you're back." And then I did Greg, and they were like, "Oh, we don't know which role we want you to play."
Oh
And so
man.
Then I came back one, two, fourth time for, and this was like the big session where there were maybe like 100 people there auditioning for all the roles. And
Mhm.
it was auditioning with Will Packer, with all the executives from BET, with Felicia, with Devon, with everybody from Will Packer Media. And I was there. We were all there for about 8 hours. We were there for a full day, and just about everybody who was on the show was in this room that I was in. Like there was a room upstairs that I just decided to sit in, and we all congregating there. The dude that played Greg, I don't know why I said the dude. I'll be forgetting
That
my
guy.
castmates' names. All of us
Warren.
were in there. Warren was there. We were all up in there. And so it was just really interesting that we all just seemed to congregate out of like hundreds of people. And I was going back and forth in that room. They kept pairing us up to go into the room to audition. So I was switching between my Greg outfit and my Vince outfit the whole
That's
time, 8 hours
hilarious.
going back and forth into that room. And then they finally like narrowed it down to two groups of the cast. And, it felt surreal because we'd be waiting in that waiting room, and then Cassie would come in and be like, okay, so Mike, uh, and Kiera and Keith and such, you guys can leave. And so every time they came in, they tell us like somebody else was leaving. So we just all sitting there on the edge of our seats, like, am I going to be the one that gets called to leave? And the answer was no. Like every time somebody else would leave, and then it was just us and the other group. Then the very next day, they had us come back, and I was the only Vince. There was only one. Tanisha was the only person there for Lane. Um, Angel was the only person there for Veronica,
Mhm.
and Rashida was the only person there for Tracy, and then there were
Mhm.
two Dion's, and yeah, and then we read, and people, and we were all like, "Yo, there's only one of you, Tristan, for Vince, so like you got it." And I was like, "Man, I don't know, not until they tell me I got it." And so
Right.
like left that day, and then as I was leaving, I drove, pick up a friend. We went to go watch a taping of a TV pilot. And during my drive, I get a phone call, and I see the caller ID, and I was like, oh my God. And I saw it was my agent. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. My friend, she was sitting in the front seat. She automatically just pulled out her phone and started recording. And I was like, hey, and they was like, hey, Tristan, how'd the audition go? I was like, oh, it was cool, it was straight. And they was like, well, we have a surprise for you. We got Aaron, and basically everybody was on mute. So everybody from my team was on the call, and they was like, hey, what's up? And they told me I booked the role, and it was very emotional because that was a long
Wow.
road. That was a
Yeah.
long 3-week process of going back and forth and
That's
wondering if I got it.
mhm.
So it was
Wow.
insane. And then 2 days later, I was on a plane going to Atlanta. They was like, all
Wow.
right, so
Like,
we're
let's
sending you a
go.
check to relocate and get on the plane, and good luck finding a place. Bye.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. It's nerve-wracking, but congratulations. Like, this is
Thank you.
amazing.
It's incredible. It's a blessing for sure.
We're talking about Vince. He's stuck in the early 2000s, and we're
Yeah,
begging him to join us in a new age, but not 2020 because 2020 is ghetto. But why do you think he's resisting
it's ghetto
change?
here.
It's
Yes,
very
I
ghetto.
feel like he's
so
the type of
hating it.
person. He's the type of person who peaked in in college, and in like those college years in early 2000. He's like, yeah, I'm the man right now. I got the velour suits on lock. I got these polos down to my knees. Everything just match. I got the Jabot jeans. Like everything's just fly. Like I'm good.
Yes.
And that was his lane. And he's just stuck there because just like these dudes who be listening to the same music, wearing the same clothes. Like I got an uncle.
Yeah.
I got an uncle who, up until maybe like 5 years ago, he was still wearing the Jerry curl from the '80s that he would rock.
No,
Um,
no.
yeah, absolutely. So I knew very well who Vince was. It was my Uncle Royal. I'm gonna put him out there. He ain't listening to this, Uncle Royal.
Oh my god.
You are Vince, Uncle Royal.
What made
Hilarious.
him stop the Jerry curl? Y'all told him?
I mean, we've been telling him. We've been telling him. I think he was tired of messing up his pillowcases, to be honest,
Oh my
leaving dark
god.
spots everywhere
Oh my god.
with his Michael Jordan cologne.
So one of our favorite, well, one of my favorite moments in the show was when Veronica and Vince were in bed early morning, and she had her savagery moment. I was shocked to learn that Vince and Veronica is a thing, but I wasn't really shocked by her
Hmm.
savagery. So when you read that in the script, how and you saw how Vince was being played, what went through your mind?
I knew exactly where he was coming from because I've been in that situation. Like I knew it's like, you know what, you're not my man. You just coming through for a little late night, and that's it. And I knew I knew how to play that role because Vince was playing a role. He was like, "All right, well, I'm number one, so
And
everything's good. Like she's sleeping with me. She's sleeping with me. It don't matter about nobody else. I'll be good because we good." And then she pulled that in bed, and it was just like, "Oh, you
Right
do
in his face.
Brutus? You right, right in my face on the phone." That part has never happened. Like it's never been like a blatant. I'm gonna take this phone call and key with my next dude. Like
Right.
it's never been that blatant. But it's definitely been like, all right, I'm gonna get up out of here. What you doing later today?
Right.
He's like, oh, that's my cue to go. All right, let me get up out of here then.
What you about to do?
right?
Yeah, what you about to do? What you got going on the rest of the day? Okay. Okay, let me find my shoes. Hold on. You see my watch? You see my watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right over there. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. All right.
The ones that pulled up the sheets like you were exposed. It was just like,
Man, he was, that was a vulnerable moment. Vince was laying there. He had his chest out. He had the taco meat out. He had it all on display, and then she just gonna play him like that. Like we didn't just have a tender moment. Get out of here, Veronica.
Did you create a backstory for like? Did they? You think they started messing around in college, or is this something new?
I think it's something new. I think it's something,
Mm-hmm.
it was maybe one of those moments where Veronica was like, you know what, that nigga might be cute. And
Mm-hmm.
Vince is like, shit, she fine as hell. Like, if I was
Right.
gonna mess with any of your friends, like Veronica's the one. She got this shit going on. I don't really like the limelight like that. Like, I don't want to be with no, basketball ex. But
Right.
shit, Veronica can get it.
wait, so he really does like
Yeah, I think Vince really likes Veronica. You
Oh,
see that hurt?
I think so.
okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He was hurt with a capital T at the end. Hurt.
But I know an episode, what's the episode? When Vince and Tracy went shopping, I felt like
Hmm.
They had a moment.
I feel like they had a moment. I feel like Tracy and Vince might have some kind of feelings there
Yeah,
somewhere.
I saw the looks.
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I saw the looks too, but that was a layered. Those are layered looks. Like it could have been like a okay, or it could have been like, oh my
Mhm.
god, really? And it could have
Right,
been like, all
right.
right, well then go ahead, like because that's it. It could have been anything. It could be like,
Mhm.
all right, me next, or it could be, all right, well you nasty, but we friends, and that's it. So
Right. Yeah.
we gonna
Mhm.
see. We gonna see what happens. I don't know because I ain't read nothing yet.
Okay, so last question before we get into the recap. If you could give Vince any advice, what would it be?
Keep growing, brother. Because as we see over the course of the season, Vince is growing. Like he's stepping out of his comfort zone. Like, listen, we're on episode 6. All right, we know what's
Mhm.
going on up to episode 6. He's taking the advice of his friends. So
Mm,
it's like, keep going, brother. Don't look back either.
yeah.
Because that's a
Yeah.
problem that a lot of people have. It's like, especially in like the past relationships or the past job, it's like, you know what? But that was comfortable. But that was in my comfort zone. That was the box that I like to play in. So I'm gonna go back to this box. It was great. I recognize this sand. No, forget that sand. There's plenty of sand on the beach. Go explore the beach, Vince.
Come into the new year. Don't forget that. Come into the new year.
Yes, get him coming
Come
to the
into
new
the
year.
new
I
year.
really hope Vince got some off-white fits or like some, give him some Stone Island cargo pants or like, clean up his fit. Hope y'all
Yeah.
listening. Wardrobe, clean up his
Right.
fit. Let
Throw
let him
away the velour suits.
Mhm.
let him have a beard. Let him have a beard and some sponge curls.
Okay. That'll be a whole new Vince. I'm
I'm
like,
just saying,
who's this?
it's Vince. That's who. You ain't see the caller
That's
ID?
who it is.
It's Vince. DJ Vinny.
Yes. All right, so let's get into episode 6 of Vigor right now.
Let's do it.
Okay, so the episode starts off. We're back in 2003. I love the early 2000s. I feel like that's the best. That was the best era, whether it be fashion or music. Like this whole. Don't get me started. I love it.
So we're seeing Lane and we're seeing how she met each of her friends. They all went to the same college. Well, except for Vince. He was acting like he was in that college, but he was scamming the system.
And, he was there. He was present,
He was there.
even if he wasn't on the roster.
Exactly. Sneaking in classes. So Dion is pledging with the Lambdas, which is this superficial fraternity. They're really big on looks and not really trying to mess with any other women besides, they gotta be slim, thick, or whatever. Just real childish. Lane Lane sees Dion for the first time. She's in love. She's ready to risk it all. Like in
Mama
love.
is thirsty.
Thirsty. And then we get to know Tracy a little more. She grew up in New York. Hey.
And
that's
Brooklyn energy. That's all she had, and I loved it.
Yes. Brooklyn. I should have known the way Tracy acts. We should have known she was our sis from New York. But and even from in college, she's like the queen of improvising and cooking. Like she's always that type of woman that's gonna make a way out of no way. Yes, a survivor. I love Tracy.
So, can we throw a couple of dollars on some plates? I mean, if you have some.
Yeah.
No.
Well, maybe you need to study economics a little harder because you stupid not to capitalize off your shit. Girl.
Damn, girl.
Probably government cheese anyway.
Right.
I didn't know they still had government cheese in 2003, though.
Right.
Like, what? That's so mean. That is so mean.
That was so rude.
I know.
So rude, but then you want some of my food. Get out of here.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to understand. You want to clown me, but then you want to play. How that work?
She tried to cheer her up with her white girl music. We also Avril Lavigne back then, so I wasn't mad at her. But I was offbeat, but I can't expect anything else from Lane. So we also see that, Veronica, Mama was thick back then.
Hey.
Yes.
He had that wagon. He had that wagon. The caboose.
A lot of these fraternity brothers used to be clowning her in public, but one in particular was messing with her in private.
A shame. Right. And out in public, he don't know her.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be kissing up on me? No.
Okay. We also see, her and Tracy, they don't really like each other, but that's how a lot of female friendships start. I don't like you, and then end up being friends.
Right. Y'all find like common ground. It's like, all right, she cool.
We also find out, this is Vince's time, like you said. Like he's thriving in this era.
Yeah, he was getting it. Like, you sort of allure yourself.
He top student, but the professor's like, you're not even in the database. Where did you come from?
Right.
How did you get here?
Being from Atlanta, I know this is the perfect place to feed my passion. So I thought it wouldn't hurt if I just sit in and share with this special community, right?
No, it doesn't hurt anyone. Except me. And my paycheck. If they find out that I'm letting folks sit in to get free instructions that cost thousands for everyone else.
He tried to hit her with the black car, like, young man, don't come back over here.
He tried it. But how did he even get past school security?
Wait, hold on. All you gotta do is walk on campus. Like, it ain't like you ain't gotta walk around with a lanyard or like a name tag or like anything you gotta like to get on the campus.
Yeah, because in New York, you need to scan your card to open the door. You got to scan your card to get through the classroom. Like, it's strict up here.
You just got to go with the crowd till you get to where you need to be. That's the lesson. Go with the crowd till you get where you need to be. Once you reach your destination, you can exit the vehicle.
Oh my gosh. But the teacher kicks him out. She's like, I'm not doing this with you. So Vince runs into Lane.
So he'll be back next week.
Yeah, he'll be back. So Vince runs into Lane and she knows about his scamming, but she tries to get cute and threaten him. And he's like, first of all, he owes her money and he refuses to give her back the money. And he's going to like be petty and be like, well.
What money? That's my money.
Well, I don't think it would be good for you to get caught by the AUC freeloading their classes. How you feel with that?
You think that your mom would like to know that you are spending all your allowance money on costumes?
Let me call Auntie real quick. Since you want to be cute.
Did you want? Oh, you want to be cute? Okay, let's see if she want to hear that. But Venture just gave her money. He owe her money. That's it.
Yeah,
Don't
but
try to be petty.
hold on. But if she didn't spend all that money on them clothes,
That's her.
But that's still her money.
Yeah, scamming and owing people money. Come on now. What kind of life is it?
Come on.
Mm-mm.
No comment.
Anyway, Dewad is running around the whole campus with a watermelon, talking about I'm babysitting this thing. So we constantly see him throughout the episode running. He finally finds Lane. He hides in her room. And, her mom calls her and finds out that she's been, buying fabric, purchasing things on the debit card. So Lane, she been irresponsible since she was in college.
Yes. So this is nothing new. The Lane we know today has been like this since college. Wow. Got it.
She's been bad at lying, and she's been off the entire time.
This is who she is.
It's her life. She ends up giving some food because she wants to hang out with him, hoping that, her virginity to him. But he can peep a little that she's a bit too awkward for him. So he's like, listen, I'm focused on pledging right now.
That's
but,
it.
When that's all said and done, we can hang out.
I just don't think that when you become a brother, I'm going to be cool enough for you to have dorm spaghetti with.
No, I definitely want to hang out with you.
Are you sure? Like, when you're like a lambda, the coolest in school?
Girl, if the boy you've been drooling over wants to hang out with you, you say yes. And Floetry's song was playing in the background. Say yes. That's it. Why are you doubting yourself?
Well, this is Lane. That's what.
Yeah, this is Lane.
Did you also think that Dion finished his whole plate? I was like, boy, you hungry? God,
he was hungry.
God,
but I did like they had that conversation about how they're both majoring in subjects that their hearts aren't in because their true passion's not necessarily where the money is made, which is real. I feel like a lot of people have to go through that. They're not, doing their passion because it's not what their parents want them to do. Tristen, what about you? How was your family as far as you pursuing acting, or did they want you to go a different route?
Oh, absolutely. I went to college for mechanical engineering.
Oh, you did?
Because I was going to be an astronaut and study the stars and work on cars and stuff and everything that my family wanted. One of my uncles, my mother's brothers, is a physicist, and so I was like, man, that seems like a cool job. And then I got to college and I realized that I have to do math all the time. And then once I graduate from college and start working as an engineer, I have to do math all the time. And I was like, I don't want to do this all the time. This is and in fact, this is boring. Like my whole life I've been performing. Like that's what I want to do. But our parents and our family members want to make sure that we don't have to struggle. We don't have to suffer. And so we, we sacrifice what it is that we feel in our heart to, appease them. And so I studied mechanical engineering until I didn't because I got kicked out.
Stop. Are you serious?
Was not expecting
academic probation.
Right. What did you? Oh, Lord. Tristen, come on.
I was bored. I understood the material. I just didn't care enough to show up to class.
Dang.
Yep.
I mean, it'd be like that. Like if your heart's not in it, it's hard to focus.
It's always like that. If there's something that you're not supposed to be doing, that's not, in the stars for you, like the universe will let it be known, like you're not supposed to be doing this.
Yeah.
And it'll tap you on the shoulder, it'll whisper in your ear, and then it'll shake the shit out of you because you're not supposed to be doing that. And that's what happened. My ass got shook.
Yeah.
Now I'm shooketh.
But it worked out because look at you.
Hey, look at me.
You out here.
Hey, I'm out here.
So, we're at the fashion show rehearsal and Lane is trying her hardest to get her little design shown. But the head lambda does not want anything to do with her at all. He's like, we don't need anything from you. So please move along. And Veronica is pissed because he played her. He played Veronica hard.
He did.
Because, he's telling her, oh, I'm going to work it out. You're going to be on the show. No problem. She couldn't even find her name on the guest list. She didn't even have a ticket. Nowhere to be found. Nothing.
I'm not even on the fucking list. What? told me I could walk in the fashion show. I never promised you that. We talked about it. Talked? We talked about it? Can we go outside, please? Let's go outside.
And I'm surprised that, he didn't act like he didn't know her.
Right. I'm surprised
The
that
whole
too.
fraternity was
He
looking
kinda
like,
was,
what's this? Like,
yeah. How she know you? What y'all? But so Tracy and Lane, they peep everything, and Lane wants to help, but Tracy's over
yeah.
it. Yeah, because from jump, her and Veronica have not been seen eye to eye. They've been like going back and forth all episode. But you know what? Lane's a sweetheart. She got to be a Pisces. That's what I feel. Lane is giving me Pisces energy.
You want to help the whole world.
In your own world, help the whole world. That's me. But Tracy's the one that actually gave Veronica that kind of sound advice, make her feel better. Shared her own personal story.
Look, it's obvious that dude is feeling you. Well, fuck him if he can't value you. Alright?
Which was true. Like, why are you going to be with a guy who's ashamed to be with you in public?
Yeah.
That ain't the way.
That ain't the way.
Trash.
So Lane comes up with her idea to get even. Hello?
Uh-oh. Did we lose Mary?
Uh-oh. Mary? Are you with
Yeah,
us?
sorry. Okay.
Welcome back to Seriously Podcast with your hosts, Britt Hayward and Tristen Winger. I'm filling in for Mary.
Thank you, Tristen.
Absolutely. Back to
Mary
you.
is gone. Mary, you want to continue?
Yes, I am. I'm going to continue. All right, so Lane comes up with this idea to get Veronica in her dress to finally, show off her design. And, Veronica ends up stopping the show and performing 1 minute, embarrasses this guy.
Good for him.
Completely embarrasses him. He had no words to say because usually he's talking too damn much, but he had nothing to say this time. He just stood on the stage, soaking his own little, corner, as he should. We go to the club, and he's watching her a little too hard for me.
Oh, you peeped though. You peeped.
So clearly he's still feeling her.
Yes, but he won't admit it in front of his lambdas.
Little boy.
You like her.
Little boy energy. So
little boy energy.
Little boy energy.
That's all that is.
Keep him right there.
Yes. And Vince, you see Vince, he's lit with Veronica and Tracy in a sandwich.
You're damn
Lane
right.
is not here for it though. He was getting his life. Okay.
Wow, what you expect?
This is his time.
He's thriving.
On top of the world. But Lane is not here for it at all. She's like, get off of my friends.
Not on her watch. She said, Then we see Dion coming through, stomping the yard.
What is this? He came with the Columbus short on him. Yes, he did.
Did you see his hair?
Did you see his hair?
I said, no. I said, no for me, dog.
Temptations? What?
I said, who did that? Who told you that was a cute look?
Why? Why would they do that?
Why would he do that?
It was 1950. I thought it was 2003.
That was a choice right there.
He said, y'all gonna get these finger waves whether you like them or not.
We didn't want them. We did not ask for
that part on the side.
That part.
Okay, sorry. I see what you're doing.
Nobody coming to see you, Otis. Stay here for me.
Exactly. But Lane loved it. She took him on the dance floor.
Pondy dance floor. A whole moment.
Yes, they had a vibe, He kisses her and they go straight back to the room.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing happened.
Because his butt is sore. I'm like, you was letting them spank on you. What part of the game is no, ma'am.
That's what they do in these pledges. Nah.
Why they like the booty? Why they like the booty so much?
Girl. Why they like the booty? I ain't got an answer.
We ain't got the answers. People want to know.
What's that about?
So they nothing happened. They knock out. He wakes up. He sees her vision board. It says romantic. I feel like that scared him for some reason.
Oh yes, Mama has been thinking about weddings her whole life, just not with
And
Greg.
that's not with Greg. Put that in there before Greg was even thought of. Not with him. And he kind of like switched because the next day she's like, "Oh my god, hey!" Goes to embrace him. He hit her with the "Hey sis."
Hey! Hi!
Hey, sis.
Hey, what's up?
Ouch.
Even the
Sis?
leader was like, "Damn,
That hurt. Right.
that hurt my soul."
Ooh.
Like your sister?
I'm your
What?
sis now.
Mm.
I'm your sis now.
I'm
Okay,
confused.
and
He played her.
this was 15 years ago. This happened. God
It
damn.
really was. It was. So now you kind of see how it's shifted for them to be just friends. But it's like, Dion, you was feeling her.
You were,
Why would he switch?
because he saw that
Mhm.
mood board, and he said, "I want no parts, no parts of." He did
Yeah, that's like today if she left her Pinterest open on her laptop and he saw a pin that was just like wedding gowns, and it's like, nigga, wedding gowns.
What's the problem?
I, we
Because I
we
have that
just like
board.
left.
What are you trying to say, Tristan? Listen.
Tristan's not trying to say anything. I was speaking for Dion.
All right. But
Okay, Brett, you can go ahead and have your
okay.
wedding pin if you like to.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
He said,
you.
"Don't come for me."
you
He
are
said,
very
"Don't
Don't
welcome.
come
do
for
it.
me."
But it's
I
not like
know
he
better.
saw a cutout picture of him on her board. Then that is like, all right, you're crazy. Just
Get out.
that romance.
I saw a wedding dress.
He was
So
scared.
I was like, "Where's this coming from?" Because the lane I know ain't thinking about nobody's wedding.
I
She
know.
got too many
I
eggplants on her
know.
brain.
Ooh, yes, that's her main focus right now. Eggplants, not wedding.
Keep her out the produce section.
For real. So the episode kind of ends with the crew, minus Dion, in the cafeteria. They all kind of like formed a whole bond. Like, these are my friends now. So that was cool to see how Lane met everybody.
Yeah, it was interesting to see Veronica and Vince sitting next to each other too at the end.
I know y'all
Oh,
picture. Like, okay, so let's get into our questions, comments, and concerns.
Let's do it.
All right, so we have some questions from some listeners. The first one is from @iCandyB. She says, "How relatable was Tristan's experience in 2003 compared to the throwback episode of Bigger, from the clothes, music, club party life, etc.?"
Man, back in 2003, I graduated from high school early, so I was younger than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
My freshman year in college, so I didn't get to go to many parties or any parties at all. And I was, it was disappointing because we watch movies and TV shows, and they be in college and they be having a blast. They be doing like keg stands and
Yes.
smoking and drinking. And like I didn't care about the smoking and drinking part. I just wanted to like have fun with friends. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't get to do that at parties myself. And then as far as like the fashion was concerned, yeah, everybody was wearing tall tees in 2003 at my college, but not me. I didn't. my my mom because the area that I live in, that I grew up in, we got a little gang activity. So like my mom didn't buy me clothes that were suggestible. I would just leave it at that. So like I wore clothes that fit, unlike Vince. So I also didn't. I didn't wear, I didn't have the velour either. Like it was mostly just like cargo shorts and like skateboard t-shirts because I used to skateboard. So
Okay.
he was a skater.
yeah, but
You're like,
yes, still am, but my knees hurt.
Relatable.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Where did this come from?
Like, what's happening?
Man, as soon as I turned 30, clack clack.
Oh God,
there. Oh my God,
it's right. We're not even 30 yet, but it's happening.
it's already happening.
Okay. Okay. Be prepared. Like Scar said, be prepared.
Okay, so the Quirk Chronicles at the Quirk Chronic 1 says, has Tristan ever considered doing stand up?
Man, stand up. So this is maybe the 20th time that someone has asked me that, and I'm considering it because people who are stand-ups are like, do stand-up. I got to be honest, it's scary because I love watching stand-up, and I go to stand-up comedy shows and I see what they're doing. Like, they are on stage doing everything live. They're getting immediate feedback whether they do great or they bomb. Like, I went to a comedy show late last year after I got back, and this dude got on stage, and the first thing he said was, "What's up, y'all? This is my first time doing stand up, so be nice." And it's like, nigga, don't say that shit now. Say that shit at the end, because now everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, you're not gonna be funny." And so it's like, and then he was not funny. He bombed, and he was up there sweating for his last 5 minutes because he didn't have shit to talk about. But anyway, it's not about him. It's about me. So eventually I will go on stage and I will do stand up. That will happen.
Okay.
And now this is recorded, so now I have to do it.
You have to do it. And the fact that other
Mm-hmm.
people are saying it, you got to do it.
This is
I think
true.
it would be
This is true.
great.
Thank you.
So at Miss Jonesy says, when will you be hitting the big screen? It's long overdue.
Listen, I would love to. Hey, casting directors, if you're listening, and you just want to make an offer, I am so open to y'all. Like, Tristen, don't even audition. Tristen, just come in and just be in our movie. I would love that.
You got it.
Right now, I'm doing the best I can to be on the silver screen. The closest I got is a couple commercials that played in the previews, but it's coming. It's coming. I feel it in my bones.
I love it.
That's how you know it's real. Just like the weather,
Exactly.
how
It's
you can sense
coming.
rain is coming. Like, I feel the storm of Tristen on the silver screen coming.
All right. So this question is more of a Vince related question. And, we spoke earlier about his growth and he's slowly coming into the new age. But he did speak about being a purist. I don't even know what that means, but Jalen Alexis says, why won't he convert to a computer and USB?
He just feels like that's digital and he's all about being analog. He wants to feel the music. And there's no feeling in being digital.
Right.
Digging for that vinyl, finding that groove, you know what I'm saying?
We got time to be doing that. That's a lot of time. People want to dance. We don't have time for you to be switching records, sir.
Right.
Well, that's why he's so genius at what he does. As a purist, as he turns up the party, like he is a pro at switching records. So there is no lag time. We ain't sitting here waiting for records to go to the next joint. We're not hearing the whole song 3 minutes long before we hear the next joint. No, Vince knows what he's doing. He's in there. He's good. He's got it covered.
Okay, all right. He got a lot of equipment to be carrying around.
You know what I'm saying? He's strong. He got strong shoulders.
Oh. All right. We praying for him.
Because when we first saw that Vince was DJing the breakfast shift at the strip club, like, I felt out. Like, what? Why would you even sign up for this?
Right? And then he got a taste of what he can be doing with the nightlife.
Right.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah. It's magic.
Sir.
That was magical.
But I love that Vince is at least trying to like get with the times because Tracy's like helping him with wardrobe, getting him on social media. He's getting a taste of this celebrity thought life and he's loving it.
The thought counts.
Yes. Then we have another question from your co-star Rashida Crockett. She wants to know, where do you see yourself in 5 years and what do you love most about acting or creating?
Ooh, in 5 years, I will definitely be on. We'll still be shooting seasons of Bigger. I will also have my own TV shows that I produce and created.
Nice.
I'll be directing in television and music videos, and setting up a foundation so that people in my community can have resources to live out their dreams.
We love it.
Love it.
Absolutely.
And it's like, what do you love most about acting and or creating?
Oh, to be honest, it's just being my whole ass self. That's what I look for in a relationship. It's like, can I be in my whole ass self with this woman? And so that's the same with my relationship in acting. Can I be my whole ass self or whatever I want to bring to this character? Can I do that? And like, acting is so fun. Like, from baby voice Darius to Thug Yoda to Vince. Like, I just get to play.
Right.
Like, and not have somebody be like, no, that's wrong. No, I just get to have a good ass time. I love that.
Yes. So you're working on your own projects?
Absolutely.
up. That's what's up.
Yes, yes. Now is the time.
Yeah,
We got all these streaming services. Everybody needs content.
exactly. We need it. So is it like pilots or web series? Do you know? Would you go the web series route?
um, I may do that as a proof of concept.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like I would do that as like, okay, so here's an example of what this show is, and then
Okay.
I'll probably have something that I put out on the web. People will see that and be like, "Oh, this is great, Tristan. You should make this into a TV show." And I'll be like, "I know." And then I'll bring that to executives at networks at BET and be like, "We should make this show." And they'll be like,
Yeah.
"You're right, Tristan. We've given this a lot of thought. We want to give you a 10-year deal for $100 million." And I'll be like, "Thank you,
Ooh,
BET."
that easy. That easy. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I want to happen. I'm a master manifester.
Yes.
Wow, that's
Manifest it.
fantastic.
Put it into the world. You have to. You have to
Oh,
do
I was gonna ask, did you have any predictions for future episodes?
Oh,
I haven't seen the rest of the episodes yet. So
Lane's gonna be alone. I think she's gonna be focusing on herself. As far as Tracy, I feel like
wait, you think Lane's gonna be focused on herself? Did you see the preview for the next episode? I feel like
what was the preview?
she's moving on.
She's moving on. I feel like Vince is going to get a big. I think he's going to get another club deal. Like he's going to have the night shift.
Really?
Yeah, I hope so. Because he
Yeah.
got his social media up, so I think it's going to be for something.
Yeah, with Tracy's help, and I can see like them two having a relationship.
Ooh, romantic.
Yeah, but it'll be messy because he still messes with Veronica.
Well, in episode 5, Veronica and Vince decided that they were going to call it quits anyway. Because it got to, once it came out in the public, they were like, it's not fun anymore.
Oh. Okay. I feel like we're gonna see that fraternity leader again.
Ooh,
They
I
might
would like
do
to.
something in the present day, but I hope that doesn't happen because he don't deserve another chance for her.
No, you didn't want me
She's
at
more of
my
a bitch than she
no,
was in college. She
right.
has more confidence. She's more successful. She don't have time for this. Move along.
But I feel like even though Veronica was like, more bigger in college, she still had some confidence in her. Like it wasn't like she was crying in the halls or sulking. Like she was still like had that energy,
Definitely.
Yeah. It was still in her. Savage was still there.
Oh, Savage ain't never leaving.
They never left.
I feel like Dion and Lane might try something or like have a discussion about what could have happened, but it is a little too early because she literally just ended an engagement.
Yes.
And he already saw that she cheated on her last relationship. So
ooh,
now he's
might
looking
not
at
want
her
no
like,
part.
hold up now. Why are you even pushing up on me?
Right.
And, you just had an engagement. Like, I don't know.
So I really want to know from Dion, like, what was going through his head in college? Like, why didn't you want to pursue her more? Like, what exactly scared you away besides like the vision board? There had to be more.
Little boy energy.
That's the name of this episode.
That's what it comes down to. Like he couldn't have the conversation with her. He was too afraid.
No communication. That's what gets everybody in trouble.
We shall see what happens.
Yep.
All right, Tristen. We want to thank you again for coming on to discuss this episode with us.
Thank you, Brittany and Mary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Before you go, could you just let everyone know where they can follow you and if you have any upcoming projects that you want us to know about?
Absolutely. You can find me on all platforms. That's Twitter, Instagram, and I guess Facebook. I don't really use it. At Tristen J Winger. And as far as projects upcoming, y'all just gotta stay tuned. I might pop up on TV somewhere. But just stay tuned. You gonna see.
See.
You gonna see. Thank you, ladies.
Thanks again for tuning in to Seriously Podcast. That's it for this week's episode. Guys, we know Miss Rona got us in the house, locked up, mad at the world, but we hope we brought you some entertainment in the meantime. We had fun doing this episode, and we hope you guys enjoyed yourself as well.
Yes, please follow and subscribe on all podcast platforms. And remember, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can hit us up on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. at Seriously Podcast using the hashtag Seriously Recap, and we'll read it right here on the show. All right, stay safe, wash your hands, and remember, 6 feet apart, guys.
That's it.
That's it, period.